This is Formula One.
Welcome to F1 Blogs, your ultimate source for all things Formula One. In today's episode, we're diving into a huge development in the world of motorsport. Adrian Newey's big move to Aston Martin and how he plans to shape the future of the team leading up to 2026. As one of the most legendary minds in the history of F1 car design, Newey's insights and innovations are bound to shake things up as the sport enters a new era of regulations. Before we jump into the details, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the exciting F1 content we have coming your way. Let's get started. Adrian Newey, the mastermind behind F1's best cars. Adrian Newey, often regarded as one of the greatest Formula One engineers of all time, has been the architect behind some of the most successful F1 cars in history. Having spent years at Red Bull, where he played a crucial role in their dominance, Newey has now taken on a new challenge, joining Aston Martin. His goal? To help the team build the best car for the 2026 season, when significant regulatory changes will shake up the entire grid. Aston Martin has made it no secret that they have high ambitions for the future. The team is banking on the rule changes in 2026 to give them the chance to close the gap to the top teams like Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari. For this, they have brought in Newey to spearhead the project and deliver a car capable of competing for championships. The 2026 regulation changes, a new era for F1. One of the biggest talking points in F1 right now is the upcoming 2026 regulation changes. These changes will revolutionize how teams design and build their cars, particularly with regards to the interaction between the chassis and the power unit. Newey, always ahead of the curve, has already started laying out his vision for what will be key in this new era. In a recent interview, Newey emphasized that the relationship between the chassis and the power unit will become even more critical. There are three main departments in any F1 team: aerodynamics, mechanical design, and vehicle performance, Newey explained. We'll need to ensure perfect synergy between these departments, especially with Honda, who will be supplying our power units. With the new regulations, I believe the interaction between the chassis and the power unit will be even more crucial. It will present an opportunity for all teams, and we'll need to create a project that's realistic but innovative. This focus on the chassis-power unit relationship is something that could define the performance of F1 cars in the future, and Aston Martin wants to be at the forefront of this evolution. Building for the future, Newey's role at Aston Martin. Newey's official start date with Aston Martin is set for March 2025, giving him ample time to dive deep into the design and development of the 2026 car. By that point, Aston Martin will also be working out of their brand-new, state-of-the-art factory in Silverstone, designed to facilitate smoother communication between departments and enhance overall performance. Aston Martin's new headquarters will allow Newey and his team to fully focus on the 2026 project. While the team isn't neglecting its efforts for the 2024 and 2025 seasons, their eyes are firmly fixed on 2026, where they believe they can mount a serious challenge for the title. Newey won't be alone in this endeavor, though. Aston Martin has been busy recruiting some of the top engineering talent in the sport, assembling what they hope will be an unbeatable technical team. But Newey acknowledges that adjusting to a new environment after so many years at Red Bull will be a challenge. I'm going to have to get used to new methods and adapt to a new factory. It'll be important to get up to speed quickly and learn to work with everyone at Aston Martin, Newey said in a recent statement. Despite the challenges, Newey remains optimistic about the future. At the end of the day, all F1 teams operate in a similar way, he said. It's just about making sure that we're as efficient and innovative as possible when the new regulations come into effect. Aston Martin's strategic vision. For Aston Martin, the 2026 season represents a unique opportunity. With the sports regulations being overhauled, every team will essentially be starting from scratch. While the top teams like Mercedes and Red Bull have a wealth of experience and resources to draw from, Aston Martin sees this as a moment to leapfrog the competition. By hiring someone of Adrian Newey's caliber, Aston Martin has signaled its intent to be more than just a midfield contender. With Newey at the helm of the technical team, they believe they have the tools to build a car that can challenge for wins and potentially the championship in 2026. Aston Martin CEO, Lawrence Stroll, has made it clear that he wants the team to be competing for titles in the near future. The hiring of Newey is a major step in that direction, with the team also securing Honda as their power unit supplier from 2026 onwards. All the pieces of the puzzle are starting to fall into place. The long road to 2026, a balanced approach. While the focus is clearly on 2026, Aston Martin knows they can't completely abandon their short-term goals. The 2024 and 2025 seasons will be critical in building momentum and developing the infrastructure needed to sustain long-term success. Team principal Mike Crack has spoken about the importance of balancing resources between the current seasons and the big project ahead. We don't want to find ourselves in the same position we are now. We need to stay competitive while we build for the future, Crack said. We'll keep pushing for strong results in 2024 and 2025, but a large portion of our resources will go into preparing for 2026. This balanced approach ensures that Aston Martin remains a force on the grid in the near term while keeping their eyes on the ultimate prize, a championship-winning car in 2026. Conclusion. Can Adrian Newey deliver another masterpiece? Adrian Newey's move to Aston Martin has the potential to be a game-changer in the world of Formula One. Known for his ability to design some of the fastest and most innovative cars in the sport's history, Newey's influence could propel Aston Martin to the front of the grid by 2026. The key will be how well Newey and the team at Aston Martin adapt to the new regulations and how effectively they can integrate the power unit with the chassis. While the challenges ahead are immense, the opportunity for Aston Martin is equally great. With the right strategy, resources, and leadership, they could be well on their way to becoming the next dominant force in Formula One. Thanks for tuning in to F1 Blogs. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming content on the latest F1 news, driver insights, and team strategies. See you in the next video.